Okay, let's start the usual with the usual sound test. One, two, three. And one more time, sound test. Alright, that works. Alright, back to this. Because now I'm going on a bit down side quest lane, because that's what I'm going to be doing the entire time. Maybe I'll get to the final portion by the end of this, maybe not. But there we go. That's the music I like to hear. Now then, if my memory serves me right, I have some questing to do, and luckily my head's blocking the other one, but they're not too important. I know what I'm doing. And honestly, it's an MMO. Interest in the quests being done on the row is not the biggest concern, I've realized. That being said, okay, yeah, that's what it was. I finally got my upgrade. Oh, okay, that's way more than I wanted to open. Don't need to open the duty finder. Sort this out. Inventory is getting really dense, but I'm almost there, getting everything said and done. I do have to focus on materia though, and that's off to the side. Yeah, so I had my upgrades done. What was I doing now? Okay, upgrades done. Did I get a stronger book? Yeah, I think I was like at a 41, but now I'm at a solid 45. Still got the same necklace. That's not going to change. That's like level 47. I see chat's being nice. That's good to see. Alright, so now to figure out where these quests are. Lonencia. Okay, they're both in the same place, and that is the find a quest that's in Grangia. Alright, yeah, I can get this going. Alright. I've been like debating on how I'm gonna do this when it comes to MMO sense and content wise. Cause like MMOs are very hard to make interesting. Because a lot of the time it's kind of the basic 1, 2, 3, at least from a viewer perspective. Even if you have some context, even if you have context for the game, it still kind of looks kind of meh. And I'm not one for making entertainment a high degree. More of a kind of a chill vibe, to be frankly honest. So I decided that I want to vote on how I want to do this. I'm thinking of just making this a basic kind of run through because I don't have much I could do when it comes to editing this down. And I need to do a summon. Plus, unlike regular games where I kind of have a focus and you make ship bombs to blow up cobalt supplies, retrieve marks from the fallen. Which one is this? Retrieve marks from the fallen. Unlike regular games that have a innate focus on a singular task that I can kind of either make full walkthroughs of or cut to make more interesting content. Book of the book is bound to me since I just first time using it. All right, yeah, this is first time gear, but since I can't really, I don't want to say make it interesting, but kind of have a big pull towards this, I might just make it a regular long series and just have it on the back burner of things, just so like, for one, when you create content, even if your thought process is probability of getting popular is low, just remember that when it does get popular, because it will, like, you'll gain your audience. It just takes time. You kind of gotta see why they're there, because a lot of the time it comes to change. Because like when you make content, you make hopefully you're making what you want to make and not what you have to make, and it gets kind of belligerent and torturous on you. And let's see what this does. Ooh, yeah, I see a lot of this in my future, and it has no match rate. But hopefully you're able to make what you want and not what you're like forced to. Like, I understand like big ends meet and such, and doing certain creating certain content to do what you have to. But anytime you want to like go out of your way to do different kinds of content, or just say those two are in a party together, I believe, maybe. I don't know what that symbol is. But anytime you go out of your way to make content, you have to consider that if you want to change it up, it's going to be drastically dividing your audience as to what they want to do and what they are there for and what they're not there for. For example, if a Call of Duty channel uploaded a Final Fantasy 14 video, you can bet that the audience would have a lot more hate towards it or distaste for the content and ask for a switch up than try to support them and see what they can make out of it. And that's just the way it is half the time. And maybe you're lucky you can't. Oh, right, bombs. I'm just gonna stand on top of a bomb like this. Any kobolds gonna attack me? Nope, doesn't look like. And maybe you can get that percentage rate of audiences that decide to stick with you throughout it. But the probability of that one kind of really like heavily depends on your fan base. Some are a lot more willing to accept change than others, but even then it's still very jarring to get used to. Example I can think of right now that's going on is, and I'm really sorry if I get this wrong, but I think Raging Gaming. You know what? I want to look this up, and I got time. Luckily, there's no enemies spawning here. I think because they killed them on the way over here, so I have like a little bit of time. But it is the YouTube channel that makes a lot of Maximilian compilations. Let me grab it up. Yeah, Raging Gaming 2. That they make a lot of compilations when it comes to Maximilian's channel, primarily old like gaming, but primarily fighting game and co-op kind of channel. I want to say it's kind of hard to define their channel all the way through, but he decided to diversify his compilation editing a bit and go towards some other content creators and create compilations of their stuff. And in the first like portion of it, and I know he's still dealing with it right now, is the audience not getting used to like, what is this? Why are you doing other compilations? I was primarily here just for Maximilian's content. So like a lot of people were kind of more either uncaring or unwanting towards it. And to that creates a division of your audience that causes a lot of it basically decreases your view count by a lot and makes people potentially even unsubscribe to your content because they don't feel like it's what they want anymore. And to that, yeah, it's gonna happen. Oh, hey Ultimate, how's it going? I am rambling off about the ideology of what it means to try to change up your content when you have a set audience that was there for a particular thing. And what was I going on? Right, and it's going to be inevitable to grab certain people towards that. You know, this is great. Ultimate, would you like to tell me exactly how your dilemma is going right now? And what have you decided to shift to? And just for some context, I got, let's see, like hundreds of views on your Street Fighter V videos exactly. I'm guessing that's what you were primarily doing most of the time. Get out of this fate. Nope, no, not doing this garbage. Ah, so you got yourself stuck in that loop, didn't you? You kind of kept doing that Street Fighter V content primarily? You're good. Yeah, I can get the gist of half of it. Typing is never anyone's strong suit when they're trying to get their thoughts out, trust me. But so yeah, I'm guessing you did a lot of Street Fighter V content and that kind of stacked into the audience that you wanted of grabbing. And that's the thing that you can never really. Yeah, that's the thing. You can never really. It's almost, at least when it comes to doing a lot of gaming, it's hard to choose your audience because it kind of just happens out of randomly. So I'm guessing like the moment you decide, what was it? You either stopped doing Street Fighter V content or it was not as much there anymore because you wanted to change it up. I'm actually curious now. Because yeah, people, yeah, that's the thing. Always make primarily used it for making new friends, just playing games with them on stream. Yeah, I could see how that got you. And yeah, and that's the thing where it's like it's hard to hit that point where you get, it's hard to get that point where you get the content you want and the audience you want as well at the same exact time, because there's going to be hiccups going back and forth on it. And yeah, so they're only there for that yeah, that's not friendship there, that's more views. If a person only friends with you for a very specific reason, and that's to assist them out with something or at least get them up on the bar. But that's, yeah, that's unfortunate there. And that's kind of the endless struggle of creating content, or like just being streamer, content creator, anything, is that you really gotta like not understand your audience, but more or less know that you're gonna attract different kinds of people. But if they're not who they want, but if they're not who you want them to be for your audience, they're gonna leave anyway once they realize it's not the content they signed up for. And as bad as that is, it's better for them to leave half of the time, because if they stay, 9 times out of 10, they're just going to comment on forcing you to do certain types of content. And then if you're lucky, you get that very good portion of people where they'll stick around out of curiosity and to see what kind of new content they're doing, or they'll even support you on it. And that's really the audience you like. That's the best kind of person audience you want to grab. What does he want me to do? Have my entire crew. You have my thanks adventurer. Okay, deliver the report. And yeah, that's kind of the bad portion there. So like when you create content, you like at the start, you gotta like try your best to create the content you want and make sure it's there and not like on the back burner of things for an extended period of time. Like it can be in the backlog pile of stuff you have to edit or stuff you need to change out, or you're not too sure on it. That's perfectly fine. But if you edit too much of the same type of thing and you already have stuff you want to diversify yourself on, yeah, it can really mess up what you were trying to do, and you'll get yourself in a very bad situation where there is like the moment you try to change things up, you have to very watch out what happens. And I got to return back here. Okay. And you have to like really change up your entire audience, how you do things, and you question like if I'm doing the right thing. And the answer is yes. Like never question if changing the way you do things is wrong. Just question what's the best way to present it to my audience. If you have the ability, you could always attempt to put it on a separate channel or a separate stream, or set specific stream dates for you to do this specific thing so people know. Or if you just want your audience to experience something new and different, and you don't, because that's a lot of work. People kind of have to realize is that creating an entire different back channel that you have to mandate and take care of is a lot on a person. I gotta go up. And yeah, Ultimate's wants to build more of a like a relationship with their audience, and that's the best thing to do, is to build like a friendship with your audience, because you get to know them better, they get to know you better, and then one, you can kind of bounce off different ideas of what they want to see you do versus what you can and want to do. And that's just the great part of it. I'm going to the aft castle. And like the main thing is you just got to accept that you like never try to please anybody. And yeah, ultimate, like the idea of going for the popular stuff like Fortnite, it's a thing. Yeah, right. And people do it. And some people are known for like switching over to the popular thing, and it gets them views, it gets them an audience and all that. But even then, half the time, the chances that they don't want to play the popular thing anymore. And like I say, they get into the rut where the moment they try to go for something niche or something they want to do, their audience blows up on them. And then they kind of get put off by trying to do it again. Came from the camp overlook, and there seems to be quite commotion there. Oh, we got to turn this into them. And once you hit that portion, you're like, well, I guess I'm going back to the popular thing. Great. Do I want to do this now? I was only level 44. I'm close to the story. I don't want to put on the back burner though, but I need to do this lieutenant stuff. Okay. Yeah, I'm putting on the back burner of things. And yeah, that's going to be the always struggle, is like, you don't want to put off your audience. That's the last thing you want to do. Oh, let me see what he's saying. Yeah, I mean, I can play Fortnite will probs try it a bit more. Oh man. Yeah, like for example, for me, like I enjoy certain popular things. I don't particularly enjoy playing Fortnite because that's not my like type of game. I just don't find interesting. But I will play Apex. And yeah, that's something else, like having depending on what you use to play games, having that ability to play them as well. Like a lot of people do PC, and yeah, PC is a great thing to have, especially when you're able to upgrade it every some years to get that kind of like speed, FPS gauge that you need. And then others, like the easy way for them is to get console. Hold on, I gotta read this up. Vengeance will be forthcoming. Yeah, I'm gonna grab all this now, cause I'm gonna have to do this later. But I need to grab this now. And yeah, like when it comes to it's for, yeah, gotcha. All right, Ultimate, thanks for coming on board. See you next time, man. Get some rest. But yeah, it's one of those things where you have to create what you want to create, and it will take some time to do so. Like, it's not something you just do instantly. You can't just get up out of bed and create an entire channel and get all the content you want all in one day. A lot of stuff takes time and thought and what you want to aim for, what you want to go for. And the one thing people, I think, do, and that's kind of more of a mistake on their part, and I have so many, oh no, that's a blacksmith, is they treat any other, oh yeah, this stuff is nearby. I can get this done in a flash. And plus, the only reason I'm grabbing this stuff in particular is because it has the plus sign on it, and that gives me more content. And this is for what is essentially your own holy crap, what is her design? Let me see if I can grab that real fast. Nice design, especially on the boost and top. Really gets a Resident Evil Ada Wong vibe from it. Oh, where was I going? Also, nice. I get a nice Nier vibe from him. I know the headband's probably near Automata. You know, and I'm doing that thing where I forget what I say because I get sidetracked so often. Shoot. I lost my train of thought again. I hate when this happens. This is one of the things where I gotta remember to grab someone in the future to bounce off from so I don't like lose track of my thought process. That being said, alright, I hit everything I need to, so I want to get these done before everything else goes. I can't believe I just went like on an entire tangent just about the simple audience, your audience and your content. But nonetheless, oh, that's what it was. How to treat other content creators. Don't treat them like competition. You don't want to do that. And what is this mission? Highway robbery. Don't treat your other content creators like competition. That is a terrible way to think of things. Treat them as a way for you to bounce off ideas of what to do and what you can do. And even better, if you can actually communicate with other people, like on Reddit, for example, on how to do certain things, or what they believe is a solid method, or some references you can go from. You can literally help out your entire aesthetic. Even, for example, with this HUD and avatar I'm using. This took a lot of searching around, looking at what other people have going on, Reddit, even reference files, and just using stuff that I know as well to get this solid setup going. And this setup took weeks to get done. It's not like, if you're lucky, you get the easy route where you don't have to really focus too much on, like, the setup's not too draining on you by the end of it. Okay, highway robbery. Search for the vicinity for clues. Oh, these radius ones are always interesting. Luckily, you have a large camera and you can just zoom out and find the thing. Like that. And yeah, like when you do create your own thing, you feel good about it. And a lot of the time, like I said, unless you're aiming for that very specific kind of appeal content wise, when it comes to viewers, like if you're doing a radio TV show or something and you have that very, very specific thought of the viewers in mind, a lot of the time you really should make the aesthetic pleasing for yourself, because it will make it a lot easier on you in the long run of things. And the reason you do that is because it doesn't, by the time you're done with your aesthetic, there's a zone. We got a road going on. And yeah, I'm paying attention to the story as I'm talking. A little bit of multitasking on the side. And as you create your aesthetic, if it feels like it's something else, you will always get this innate feeling of it's not you, or it's not what you want. You will hate it every time you see it, to the point where it'll either be, if you're lucky, it won't be too late for you to change it up. Because the moment you put it out there and the moment you have, like let's say on average, like 15 to 20 videos out with that aesthetic, you will be stuck on that aesthetic, or at least you'll feel like you'll be stuck. And then you hit once again, the term of changing your content for your audience. Because once you change your entire aesthetic, it becomes like very difficult for people to adjust to it. Up there, over there. So I'm doing a lot of teleporting right now. So when you do decide to create your little your whole entire, almost like a persona, when it's, even if it's just you on the webcam, you got to make sure that it's pleasing to you. And I need a drink. Just talking. Now, don't get me wrong. There are certain things you can do to help out your audience. For example, when I play most games, I try to do my best to remember to move my webcam from the previous session if needed. Because right now, at best, all I'm doing is blocking like one, like I want to say 1.25. No, let me phrase that. I'm blocking about 2 quests, and luckily, at least in my viewpoint of it as an MMO, it's not that important. If I'm not on that quest, yeah, it's not even worryful. All that matters is what I'm doing on the roster, and then by the time I do decide to go do the quest, I always pull it up at least once, so I can remember what that quest is and what I'm doing. Now, and that's something you have to really think about, because for one, it's don't I'm not saying that like, oh yeah, but you just said don't do it for the viewers. No, you have to think of it more as quality of life stuff that'll make it easier on you and easier on them while keeping your aesthetic solid. And they captured a kobold. Oh man, great. Will not stand for it. But so like do not worry about I have to get this done today. At best, I want to say in total, it will take you about a month and a half to get everything you need down packed so that you can keep it content steady while also creating new things on the side that you want to use or experiment on later on. And for example, I at the moment have been, like for the past week, I've always debated on, should I just have an overlay so I can keep my webcam in the same spot, or should I just keep it moving around where it only blocks a small percentage while keeping the entire game still open on me? And luckily, I did keep my solid webcam look going, and I was able to keep like a standard look so that when I do decide to change it out, or if I decide to change it out, I can do so without losing my basic webcam look on the side and worrying about that. Almost like a queue list. Worry about one thing at a time and then work your way down. Okay. That was a weird noise. So yeah, it's a nice experience to be able to do stuff like this, because it makes I don't know, it makes the experience a lot more fun to get your thoughts out more. A lot of the times I'm usually silent when playing games, so I don't really express what I'm thinking too much. And it's been an interesting process. I know there's a lot of things I repeat, or a lot of things I do say to try to get my thoughts out. And it's not a bad thing to do. Are you ready? Yep. Let's go take these guys out. And it's not a bad thing to do to be able to express your thoughts out. Just remember that while you're thinking all this stuff and where you're going at, like that, you get better at it. Whether you're introvert, extrovert, no matter what, you get better at expressing your thoughts out more and more, especially when you have something to focus on. It's just that the idea is that, okay, what if I stop talking? How bad? Oh, this is down below. Of course it is. The fear is that what happens when I stop talking. And when you stop talking, it's just you focusing. That's all it is. And you don't notice how many gaps you have when you speak off the bat. So it's not a bad thing at all. Can I just jump this and take the health damage, actually? Oh, they blocked that portion off. So I can just jump down here, though. Who are you? An interesting fellow you are. Alright. But yeah, no, like, just... Alright, what's happening here? Because I see a lot of regular NPCs. I don't see anything too dangerous. I'll go back to what I was saying in a second. Let me. Oh. Uh, Here we go. Oh, or... Oh, this is a very unfortunate ambush. Can we actually survive this? Oh, this is not actually looking good when it comes to quantity. They don't fight, do they? No, they do not. Interesting. What's their deal then? Because right now it's just like basic provoking. Okay, I did not expect a straight up surrender. Alright, the X on his head means he's the leader of this. Hey, if they surrender, I'm fine with it. They don't seem like they have anything up their sleeve. I was about to say, like, I could tell there's a lot of them there when I walked in, but I didn't think it was like them surrendering. And there's a merchant as well. No one's imposed a crack new. See, diplomacy. But yeah, when it comes to talking, just like it's not gonna come naturally if you're not used to doing it. So I think I said this last time. That just like start small steps. Don't expect too much. Like, if you feel that you have the fear of talking out loud, just start small. There is no shame in being quiet about it. There's a lot more here. Alright, let's see what do you. You hear a sad tale. Shunning of scoring. But you find here, but this is the Cobalt way. How many orders? Well, 700. Yeah, because they all have numbers in this pact here. Oh, so they're the bottom of the barrel. Well, for your betters, then you can come home then say, oh, okay, yeah, so they're kind of like, they're the poor. They're the poor of this. They're the poor of this district. Okay. But yeah, just relax a bit. And it is very important while you're doing your whole setup is to get comfortable. That's why I said, even with the overlay aesthetic of you just having your entire webcam going on, just stay, make sure it's aesthetically pleasing to you. Okay, so these guys unlock some form of currency for later. That's why you gotta make sure it's pleasing, because once you're comfortable with how you've set things up, then it can lead into you getting comfortable with your setup when it comes to how you record, whether you decide to use a webcam, avatar, or nothing. It's just the way, it's the equivalent of getting comfortable on a couch. You don't just sit on a couch. If you sit on the couch, it's usually because you're just tense. The moment you start sitting down and relaxing and unwinding, you start to feel your body get more adjusted to your environment. And then everything, you just become more chill, and then you become more of like yourself. And there are a lot of streamers that take on personas, and to that is also another great way of just getting a personality out there. Like, it might not be your prime one, but it's the one you want to inject out into the world, and that's great. If you're able to keep that going and keep that without feeling fatigued or like it's too much on you, keep it rolling. And I need to reset this chocobo one. I need to get flying later. And that's great. To be able to create a whole persona and idea. Not saying I wish I could do that, but that's not something I want to do all the way, but you know, it's nice. And the big question of now that I've got everything set up when it comes to my aesthetic overlay webcam of when I'm recording, now the question is, what do I want to do in terms of audience participation and location? And that is all up to you. There are at least primarily 3 to 4 different streaming sites when it comes to doing streaming, and primarily it tends to be YouTube when it comes to video content, at least when it comes to the US primarily. Like I said, I can't vouch for other countries and how they decide to represent what their popular content space is. I do believe it's usually YouTube primarily when it comes to videos, though, since it's the prime source for a lot now. And how many more? Alright, I'm just gonna wipe out this entire camp. And at that point, once you're satisfied with your look and overlay, you have to, at the same time, while doing that, you have to look into where you're going and how you want to present yourself once you post your content on there. A lot of times it's a big vice versa when it comes to people, and the main scope of things when it comes to content on YouTube versus content on Twitch. Because in YouTube, for the most part, it's usually stuff you can edit down. And a lot of people feel better being able to cut out bits and pieces of potential mess ups or irrelevant content. Versus Twitch, where you don't have to worry about editing and all that. You can just go and not feel like you have to focus on every little thing. Because it's going to be live. So at best, something's going to happen that requires you to just put on a different overlay like so, like this. And to change it back once whatever happens, and you just keep it rolling again. That's at best what's going to happen. For emergencies, you just end the stream and that's it. But that's a rare occurrence of a potential emergency happening. And that's one of those things where you really got to think about how you want to. Oh, right, it's down below. I keep forgetting that I'm not going to make that jump, and I'm almost fell trying to do so. If there's no one doing it, I'm not going to stress the fates. That's my usual ruling on it. Yep. Oh. Oh no, he's running away. Never mind. I'm not going to stress it out. And a lot of the time people go the both route, which I do believe is the better route when it comes to how you decide you want to implement your creative skills when it comes to YouTube or Twitch. I'll put it this way, if you're putting something on Twitch, go ahead and make a YouTube channel, even if you don't put any edited videos. At least use it as a archive, whether it be private or public, because in the off chance something does happen to your recording and you want to go back and look at it, or you just wanted to remember what certain things you said or did to keep track of, it's better to have reserved just in case. It does not have to stay on your computer. For example, a lot of people keep storage drives of their stuff, and let's just keep out of sight here. A lot of people keep storage devices for their certain content they want to keep, and that's something that should be a later investment, because it's better to have a specific storage device when it comes to your recordings, because one, it doesn't take up any space on your main computer that you more than likely use for a lot of different things. And it's nice to have it as a side storage backup just in case. Once again, it's all about having contingencies. And that's a nice looking helmet. It has a how do I want to put this? It has a Hollow Knight kind of vibe look to it. I do wonder what the blue glow is for. Just aesthetic. But yeah, just that's something to keep in mind, that if you're going on Twitch, make sure you have an archive YouTube channel. And if you go on, if you're just on YouTube primarily, most of the time, the only thing you would ever need to archive are your edited videos. In all honesty, that's the most important thing. Oops, didn't mean to do that. That's the most important thing to archive, is the videos you edit, because at best you want to keep your videos on your computer for at least a week if they're going to be uploaded on YouTube or Twitch. Why a week? Because you want to make sure that everything is there. It's perfectly fine. There are no hiccups, bumps, or issues that you might have missed prior. Because a lot of the time when you create something and you work on it for a large extended period of time, it's not, you don't do it on purpose. It's more of a mind thing where you don't realize a flaw you made. Like, you don't realize that, oh, 5 seconds of this is just pure a black screen. Oh crap, that's actually really important. I need to go back and change that out. Or it looks like the intro is fine, but then you realize it does a snap cut instead of like fading into the next one, and you get really annoyed by it, and you're like, all right, good thing I still have the base file on my computer, or good thing I still have the edited version and I can just change some stuff up a little bit. And then for future stuff, let's say you wanted to go back and make a little bit of a highlight or compilation of stuff you've done throughout the year, just a little celebratory thing. You can just go back and download the videos you did before. Now, they won't be at the same quality unless you've saved it to an external storage device and it just still had it for about a good like 6 months to a year, and you still have all that stuff on there. If you still have the storage device, that's great, but you're going to have it on the YouTube filter, and it's not going to be as high as quality as before, but it'll still be high enough to get the job done and keep things moving. And you still have all the content you had before. The Failures don't dig their own way now. I believe it's time for Steam Bath. Ah, man, I meant to pay attention to this because I was enjoying this a little bit. But yeah, so if you're gonna do any kind of content creation on YouTube, immediately have a archive channel, or at least keep it on the main channel as archive wise. And on Twitch, make sure you keep your videos on archive on YouTube very specifically. Don't keep it on, let me phrase that. You can keep it on Twitch. There is a loophole to do so, which involves the highlight ability. But I wouldn't recommend you do that unless you're a 100% like streamer only kind of deal. Because one thing that people do enjoy on Twitch are just short snippets. I believe clips and highlights. It's very specific. Like, I believe it's called clips on Twitch. I know they're highlights, but people enjoy seeing like short snippets of stuff that you did that was either funny, cool, or at least interesting to them. Because then you can use that content and create a whole entire video once you get enough of those, of just your highlights. And not only does it save you kind of some time, it also gives another audience a greater perspective on what your entire like video experience has been. It's just something to keep in mind if you decide to go on Twitch. And if you do decide to post content on YouTube, as just always consider live streaming as a potential thing you want to do, because people do enjoy seeing how a process is done, or how you kind of handle certain content you make and stuff like that. It's a very nice, quaint thing. Okay. And I'll think of more stuff as I continue on, or I might just like focus on a story for a hot minute. Actually, yeah, let me loop back around to something right now. Actually, the audience, you putting yourself in an audience loophole, a audience hole of just keeping the same content, and the audience is there for that same content. If you want to do something like an MMO, I can't give too much background on how to handle it. The best I can say is that if you can get friends to record with you when it comes to doing MMOs, it's a lot better when it comes to fun and participation, because you can go back and forth on that. All right, let's ally with these guys and beat the crap out of kobolds. It's better to have someone to bounce off stuff from too, especially if you're not doing like main story bits. You achieved the neutral reputation in the 78th order. The Kobold Beast tribe has now. Okay. Let me see what this is about. Actually, because I don't know about this mechanic. These tribes are best at familiar problems by helping each tribe resolve the issue through. The quests are available to change on a daily basis. You can accept up to 12 in a day. However, you cannot accept the new quest while the previous day is still in progress. By winning trust, you not only gain insight into their life, but you'll be initiated into their mysteries. Oh, wow. This is a whole thing as well. Where is that? Reputation. Okay, this is actually good. I will keep this in mind for later. Let me see what this vendor has. Let's see, clothes, ingredient. He has a lot of ingredients and regions and stuff like that, so that's good. A lot of exchanges. So I can exchange some of this stuff for... Oh no, this is their material. And Beastman currency. Alright, nothing about that. Alright, let's finish up this next one. I really should put all this on a note docket for later. I think I'm gonna have to... Let me do that now, actually. Because a lot of the times with MMOs, when you're playing it, keeping track of certain things you've done is very difficult. Because you kind of get sidetracked depending on how many hours you're in and go to the next thing. But no, I was saying when it comes to doing MMOs and you want to present that content to your audience, if you're not known for it, I would you will have a very niche audience towards it. But if it's something you enjoy doing and you want to keep it rolling, once again, when it comes to audience, there are people that won't like it, but if it's something you want to do, go for it, because eventually your audience will adapt, get new ones, and just get used to having you do MMO content on there. Even if it's on the side, having side content of you just enjoying yourself, just playing MMO, it's nice, because that's something people tend to go for, especially if your channel is more about that. Of just having a good vibe to things. Or like some channels are just about hating on stuff and just disrespect it, and sometimes they mean it, sometimes they don't. Other times, as I said before, it's more of a persona. If that's the case, then yeah, that's fine, just keep rolling. But it's a lot different if you want to show love towards something, because sometimes that could be a very hot video, but wait, this is the exact opposite, which then goes into a very interesting topic of clickbait and how our society's kind of been built towards that. For better or worse is up to you on that one, but essentially clickbait dwindles down to what actually just grabs the person. Hey, wait, my two. Nope, perfect. What will grab a person's attention the fastest, depending on what you want to present to them. And what the heck is... Oh, wounded survivors. I was confused. I thought people were laying down just chilling. Nice hat. Plaid. Like, I think you might need to change the top with the plaid, however. Kind of a... Not the best mesh. What's going on here? Give me one sec. I need to listen in on what's going on right here. All right, yeah, I'm back here. All right, my thoughts on clickbait, at least. It's an interesting thing. People don't like it. I'm just gonna point it right now because they're at this point, our society, when it comes to social media and the internet, have kind of created different tiers of clickbait now, in order to adhere to what kind of content you're gonna be getting, what type of person it's gonna be. Like you have the worst tier is clickbait that doesn't actually get shown or presented within its content. Like the extreme is so and so has cancer, what? And then it's a video about someone driving a car. And you're like, where did the cancer bit come into play here? Then there's the slewing someone's words around. Oh, can I not do it from here? Or is he gonna do it automatically? Sailing, have to see. Oh, and then you have the tier of, and this is my this is where it's kind of like I'm fine with it. Just make sure it's presented in a decent way. Where you have to let's say you're playing Mario Kart, you get hit by a blue shell at the edge of the finish line. The clickbait of, I was so close. And it's like, alright, what was it so close to? And like, okay, no, that's fine. I'm fine with, okay, yeah, they were close to the finish line, they get hit with a blue shell. Or like, I was so close until this happened. And you're like, okay, yeah. Like right now, I think the biggest clickbait that's happening is with the Among Us game, which is basically like, find the traitor in your crew of people while you simultaneously do tasks around a ship. A lot of it is the return of the, oh, watch this 1000 IQ play or this 100 IQ play. That is a high clickbait you'll be seeing around the place a lot while this trend is going on with the game. I mean, here's my thing about a lot of games that get trending. Like, I hope a lot of them succeed if they're like solid games. Like Among Us, I really do hope succeed, but there are some games where I'm like, I really hope you don't get too popular right now, because you kind of have a bad model. And like clickbait is always a very thin line. It's a thin line that we've gotten used to now, where even like YouTube recommendation, a lot of it is based on, who the heck are you? Oh, that was a weird cut. Oh, okay, yeah, regular enemies. I thought it was a specific dude about to do some talking. But like, take your, if you have a YouTube account, which most people do, just look at anything you get for YouTube recommendation and just look at the titles. Very few of them will actually be what is actually happening. Will actually tell you what is actually happening. A lot of times it'll be changing wording in order to get you to be more attracted to it. Or it might be a question or something like such, and oh wait, what? These have been two very peaceful creature quests happening right now. Ah, that's actually very nice. This has been very peaceful. Like, in all honesty. Oh, this is nice. See, even the music's nice and calm here. And yeah, like, don't get me wrong, I have no problem putting, like, subtle clickbait on my videos or just random thoughts I have. But I try my best, at least, to avoid going over the top with it. And a lot of times it's just like, it's difficult. And it's one of those things where, like, at base, you don't think like a title can't be that difficult. Then you're like, a title is difficult because you got to think of an idea of something that would sound interesting and then keep it rolling. Even if the content's not that grand, like with this Final Fantasy stuff, like at best, I've just been grabbing, just some lyrics from different anime songs, and then it usually works out in my favor because I'm perfectly satisfied with it, and that's it. I'm gonna return the favor. Where would they be at? Oh, interesting. They're a good distance away. And yeah, just I'm more I'm satisfied with that. And once again, it all comes down to the type of content you create, and that will adhere to the titles you want to have. At best, I want to say like some of the few that you won't really see clickbait titles for, usually like restaurant reviews, or how to make so and so, like official how to make so and so, not like a joke channel or anything like that. I mean, like the ones that take their time to go out, review certain places or get to know certain people. Like you will see like the serious ones, you'll like see their base titles for, and they'll be interesting most of the time. So yeah, when you create content, just titles are just one of those things where I'll come to you in 5 seconds, or you will spend a good solid like 20 minutes just trying to make sure it's what you want to have. And luckily at times, you're able to change it almost whenever you want. It's just more or less what you would think, of course that won't. Oh right, I remember this area. It's been a long time since I've been over here. Let me repair my, like, I don't even have to. All this is new gear. Yeah, it all kind of just depends on you at a certain point. And yes, almost most people will use clickbait. It's just the way, unfortunately, it has adhered to getting our attention as a society. All right, what do you have for me? As they speak, the ship is bound for Aliport and will be provisioned. And like, even with these talks I'm having during the MMO, because I don't really have a huge topic when it comes to this, is I want to keep this like stuff like this like solid and going, because I want to come. I primarily came back to this game because I wanted to, and I realized this wasn't even the right place. I could have just went over there. Shoot. I didn't realize, I thought the quest ended there. That was my bad. And like stuff like this, you're like, me playing this is like, how do I want to fit this into what I do? And if you can tell, I have two separate ways of how I handled my content at the moment. There is I don't see anyone, so I don't care. Oh yeah, this is a definite gate to go somewhere else. I have my episodic regular main channel where I keep everything in a episode format / other stuff I stream that I want to keep in an edited format. episodic meaning that it goes kind of more in a slow paced order, so you don't feel overwhelmed by having like a 1.5 to 3 hour. I went the wrong way again. 1.5 to 3 hour of some footage, and a lot of the time YouTube rarely can save that much of how far you've been on there, and it's easier for you to remember. I was on episode 10 around 15 to 20 minutes than say I was on stream 3, I think it was like an hour in, and this is the other tribe. So that's where I put that one, and the other channel is just my archive one where, hey, if people from Twitch or people from the YouTube side would like to just see the full thing, it's going to be there within a week or two, because that stuff takes a long time to upload, and it's hard for me to and I gotta put it onto my schedule when it comes to editing, so it comes into there too. All right, so these just unlock beast tribes in general. That's what I've learned with these 2 quests. So then you hit that rut of, okay, so where do I put MMO content? Because MMO content is very difficult to slice down and cut to make an interesting format. That is, unless you're doing a guide, MMO content usually falls into the plate of guides, playing with friends, or doing main stories. And then like the last one is there's a gimmick. Like I could literally do an entire stream just, and I might honestly, because I want to go back there, to go into the casino in an FF14 called the Golden Saucer. It's literally a casino full of different games and events that you can do. You can literally spend hours there. There's even a lottery. All right, let me see. And it's one of those people like, okay, but what if I just want to go through the game regularly like I usually do and just relax for a bit? Then it comes, that's hard to make interesting. Maybe you could just talk over it and then go from there. And once again, I'm still debating on how I want to do that. Honestly, I'm just thinking of just putting the full thing on the main channel. I just have to find, once again, a title and also now a category to put it in, because it's not episodic. It's the full thing. And I can't say like, oh yes, it's a movie, because no cinematics like that. I would put it in like a talk format, but I gotta think of a name, and that's the only thing. And I can't be talking throughout this entire thing about a subject after a while, because it gets tiring, and I kind of want to focus on the story more than anything, so I'm gonna be silent through most of it. At best, the thought process is, well, at this point, yeah, you're better off just putting the full thing on there if you can't really edit it through, if you don't have a gimmick going on. And this is where you go back to putting your content on there versus leaving it in the aether, where the sooner I get this on the channel, the better it will be later down the road whenever I develop an audience, so they know, oh yeah, this person, he does Final Fantasy 14 content alongside playing, what the heck am I playing right now? Alongside playing Control or Code Vein. So yeah, we're used to having this on there. This is nothing new. It's like, it's not going to be a jarring change of, oh my god, he's playing a Final Fantasy, he's playing an MMO. Great, that's going to be something we have to have on the list. Alright, where are you, Q? You look like you're up ahead. So yeah, it's one of the things like, okay, there's your scenario. How do you make it interesting? Or do you want to make it like super interesting, or do you want to kind of make it be as it is, base, and then work from there and see what kind of people get attracted to it? And then it becomes, well, you can't just leave this here, or it's going to start or whatever audience you do grab is not going to be used to it. It will cause more difficulties. And it's just like things you got to keep in mind while you're going through and doing, oh, this is a level 48 actually. He's actually, some, these big ones are threats. Sorry, I gotta do a little bit of a focus here because I didn't expect 48. I was just seeing 44s in this base area. Okay, looks like he's getting attacked all around here. You see, does this hit both of them? Yes, it does. Okay, yeah, that's a nice AoE. And there is something you do have to keep in mind. If you have an audience, it's easier to maintain. Why? How come every time I try to do a mission, there's always a fate right next to it? Okay, there's people distracting them, so don't gotta worry about it too much. Alright, you good? And the one thing that's going to be a challenge for a lot of people, once again, it's easier to maintain if you have an audience, is becoming, when you essentially, there's a word for it and it's spacing me out because I just had it before I was reading that conversation, is when basically your channel / content becomes abandoned for a set amount of time, or you just don't upload anything for a set amount of time as well. And there could be a lot of different reasons for it. If you have an audience, you can just explain it to them more often. But if you don't, it looks like there's a large... But if you don't have an audience and you don't have content, it looks like there's going to be a large gap. And the best way to describe something, if you know there's going to be a large amount of time before you'll have content again, is... for both YouTube and Twitch, if you don't have an audience all the way through, change your channel banner to say, "We'll be back, so-and-so." If you do this, it will make people say, okay, so they're doing more content later down the road. Let me either check back with them when it shows up, or let me subscribe now, so by the time they come back, I can see it on my feed. That will save you so much more time than just abandoning your channel altogether and then putting up content like months down the road. That's why you always see people that have update videos around the channel and they don't upload anything for like a month or like 3. Those updates are very important for people that are there, people that are not, because it shows that you're still deciding to commit to this content creation, and that it shows that you care about your audience, even if it's there or not, that you will inform them of when something like this does happen. Me personally, at the moment, I don't have a set schedule to give because, one, I'm still trying to get that semi figured out to a degree that I can commit to, and I don't have a... I'll do it for everyone. See, I have no problem with these guys because in the long run, things these guys will help me out, and they're the first ones to come towards me. So, let me see what he asked for wares. So, when it comes to schedule making, I think that's a very difficult thing for a lot of people, and I think everyone understands when you don't have a full-on schedule to work with. Because, like, stuff happens in life, and these prices are really not that bad. I could probably use that stuff for later. Yeah, there's a lot of quests here, but I really need to get moving when it comes to finishing up the rest of these, because I don't think it won't be done this session. I thought I would say that last session I'll be done, but I can't guarantee that. When it comes to creating a schedule, everyone understands that it's literally your own personal life. Like, you can't stream 24/7. Some people wish they could, some people can, but streaming 24/7 is difficult. Even streaming just let's say you wanted to stream 3 hours a day for 7 days, that's really difficult because you have to keep that content going. If you have a YouTube channel, you gotta remember editing, rendering, uploading, creation of thumbnails, titles, stuff like that. So you gotta have set days for that. So you're like, okay, let's remove those. Let's create a day for that. And then it's like, okay, what about my personal life and what I'm doing at the time? What if I'm in college? What if I'm in school? What if I have family? What if I have kids? All right, let me create something around that. That's why sometimes you see people are streaming with their kids. It's a great thing to do if you can, to be honest, because it's a great little bonding experience for both parties, and it just like saves on a lot of time, and it's a great thing to be able to do. To be able to combine your content creation schedule with your personal in a very nice flowing way is the ultimate goal of things. And you shouldn't, like, if you don't feel comfortable with the way it's going right now, change it up. Like, just do that now. That's why a lot of times it's better not to commit to a schedule if you know for a fact you're super unsure about it, or at least leave, like, as much as I would say leave a notice, even then that's not too grand. Leave a time frame is better. Say that I want to try this schedule out for about a month to see if it works out for me. So you can let your audience know that you're trying something out. And it might not be official, but it's better not to keep that going constant, or people will start getting annoyed of, well, now I'm not too sure when this person's going to be here. It's better to say that I don't have a schedule than say that you do. Because don't get me wrong, having a schedule will significantly help you out in the long run of things, but keeping to a schedule is always difficult because you don't know what factors may transpire. Heck, there are going to be days when you're tired and you just don't feel like it. On days like those, that's why it's good to have a social media account. YouTube is there for notifications, but only when you reach a certain subscriber level. If you have a social media account that you can base your channel off of, primarily Twitter, I believe, would be the better one than anything else, because you can get a message out immediately like that. Or stuff like Instagram is more or less for looking, if anything, and then giving more support, but not really getting a mass message out. Twitter or Facebook are the usual ones. I'd recommend Twitter over Facebook when it comes just to simplicity's sake. Also, I love this, what I'm doing. I'm sorry there's not a carry animation. But yeah, it's better to make sure that whatever schedule you can create for yourself is one that you can keep set in stone for at least a couple of months. Don't get me wrong, people are gonna expect change out of a schedule. It just happens. Like, anything can happen in life that require it. Just let them know. That's it. Just let them know that there's gonna be a change, so they can either understand that they won't be there for that content on certain days, or won't be able to access it, so they will more than likely go to your other, once again, archive section and go like, okay, let me watch it from here, or let me catch the stream for a couple minutes and then let me go do my thing, because that's all the time I have. As long as you know that they were able to, like, even if they just catch it for a little bit, that's usually good for people, because it gives them that extra bonus of being there. And people like being there for live streams a lot. And when it comes to uploading on YouTube, you know what? No, I'm gonna save all this stuff for another time. I need to get moving. Okay, Waking Sands. Let me go to the first bow first, and then I'll go back to the Waking Sands to get this dungeon. It looks like a dungeon drop-off point. And when it comes to YouTube, same thing. Like, most YouTube channels don't have a set upload schedule because videos tend to, especially if they're heavily edited, they tend to take time. However, once the video is done, the best thing you can do is set a premiere time or an upload time to let people know, hey, because I believe YouTube has a feature that allows you to say, hey, this video is going to be premiering. Wait, is this a dungeon? What is this quest? Hold on. Rumors of primal sightings. Okay, see what's going on with that. Knowing that, hey, a video is going to be premiering next week, Saturday at 4 p.m. You're like, okay, cool. I'll check that out at 4 p.m. and I'll put it. It will stay at the top of their subscription list if they are subscribed. What the heck is going on with? Okay, that's the shadow effect. I thought it was like magic glow. So you have that bonus of on YouTube, very specifically of once your video is done and edited, you just put it on there and then keep it rolling. Oh, archery. I might. No. I'm gonna take up getting a damage dealer roll. I want to actually do a tank also. Like, I want to hit every class to try to learn that. I think healer and tank are going to be difficult for me because I got to learn the movements of monsters and enemies. Okay, what is with this Red Robin Hood look? Alright, what's going on? Because this one has a plus and I don't know why. Shadowclad Knight who roams in the shroud. Yeah, let me finish up these quests and then might call it a quick session here. Because the will is not as strong / the body. But yeah, that's kind of the added benefits of that. Versus when it comes to scheduling stuff, Twitch is more about having a set time schedule. Or yeah, let me rephrase that. It's more of having a set time schedule, whereas YouTube, depending on how you do your videos, will have a difference between a time schedule and a premiere schedule. Whereas if you upload stuff episodically or like a lot of content within a certain row and you want people to know like, hey, the baking will be at 1, the cooking will be at 7, and then the recipe tutorial and a whole will be later on in the night or in the middle of the day. People will know that, okay, so this content's about to be uploaded now, and that's why you have the, hey, click the bell for notification on when I upload. All right, what's with this night now? It's that once again, added quality of life stuff that you have to take into account. And a lot of this stuff you can once again using resources like Reddit, because Reddit's a major one since almost everyone kind of uses Reddit as that nice little like community piece of just kind of learning how things work. Okay, where the heck is, oh crap, there was someone right. Oh wait, I can just teleport the Archer Guild. You, sir, are a legend and have my innate respect. Oh man. Yeah, no, you have that innate respect. Oh man. Yeah, no, he just looks cool. That's just it. Alright, let's bow and get out of here. Yeah, just small stuff like that in MMOs. Wait. it's small stuff like that in MMOs that makes it really nice. Just the basic stuff. Oh crap, of course I never touched. That's the one I never hit. I knew there was. So the way teleportation works in hubs is that there's the primary teleportation, which you saw with the giant crystal, and there are sub teleportations, which are these small objects here. When you first enter an area, you hit the major teleportation, but you need to grab these small ones here to unlock them in particular. So that's what I'm doing with this one. Since this is a starter area, but not the one for the class I originally chose. Yeah, now I've hit all of them, which will unlock some more sub areas now I can touch. But since I never hit this starter area all the way through, I've kind of just been doing it primarily for story reasons to be over here. I never had a reason to hit these other ones that have been here. And nonetheless, when if you want to do content creation or anything like that, for one, if you have a friend that does it, it will save you a lot of time. Oh, he's just right in there. It will save you a lot of time when it comes to asking questions, and you'll have a direct source. If you don't have a friend, please it will take time out of your day to look on the internet and look as much as you can and do a lot of testing, because by the end of it, when you create whatever content you do, just know it's a lot of trial, error, and testing. That's it. And it may happen immediately, it may not happen immediately, but once you get the routes that you do, everything will come into play. That being said, I think I've talked my fill for a little bit. Let me just focus on just the game for a little while now, then I'll call it. Oh, that's weird. The dialogue option didn't come on. But yeah, I do thank you guys for listening in on this, and if you do have any input you would like to add, please, by all means, let me know. Yeah, this one's gonna be in the, I guess I want to say comments, or like, no, let me know in the comments, or if you can catch me next time whenever I do stream, just let me know what your thought processes are. That's also important. And like I said before, don't have a set schedule at the moment, just more or less a order on which I'm going to be streaming certain things. So like I said, that's the thing when you don't have a schedule. It seems very unfortunately so when you're trying to explain certain things, but yeah, because I do want to know what other people's thoughts are, just experiences when it comes to becoming a content creator. And I always say content creator because I don't want to say streamer, or I don't want to say YouTuber, because I think that's a bit too specific. I just mean all around, because content goes almost everywhere on the internet now at this point, and everyone has their own method of how they want to represent themselves in that internet scope. I realize I need to grab this now because I will not. Oh, this is a dungeon unlock. Because if that's the case, and that is a primal, you're going to be having that in a dungeon. But yeah, no, everyone creates content differently and uses it in a different scope. That's just it. And that's one of the things where, like, I am really glad that's able to be done in this society, that we can just create stuff and just put it out there and gain people that will have an interest or thoughts on it, whether it be positive or negative. I thought his name was Apple Pepsi. Oh, that was a... Ooh, yeah, that was some lightning. But my game glitched out. Like, wait, what? Why? Okay. I still have not with those levies. High level missions. Alright. Let's do some cleansing. Great. Well, it's not Castlevania, so I can't just use a whip to cleanse the heathens. Aaron Frost. Oh, someone over here waving. I mean, I wasn't. Oh, wow. Hold on. I need some context. How do I get that tail? Oh, that looks. It was with the jacket. Oh, that looks amazing. Holy crap, the aesthetic. It just hits home. Alright, let's keep it moving and get some focused on. I have no idea what I'll be talking about next time now. Maybe I'll go into a little bit of my thoughts on just the basics of the gaming industry, at least with the low tier knowledge that I have. That'll be an interesting one. I do need to get some people in here to talk though, because the reason I do a lot of solo, at least at the moment I'm doing a lot of solo stuff in Final Fantasy is because I need time to hit the oh no. I need time to hit the dungeon one, and that's gonna be a whole run on its own, and that's gonna be me doing pure focus and trying to learn from. Hopefully I get veterans, at least a veteran that can help out, because I like having them around because they make it a lot easier to do quests, because they know exactly a boss's pattern because they farmed it a chunk of times, or they've done it a lot, so it just helps out. Hurry. Oh, I thought it was gonna be a cutscene. Water of cleansing. Oh, that worked because he got hit. It gave him a long debuff, which you can see right here. All right, great. I'm saying the fine stone from the seal. All right, that's it. That's all of that. Can I just teleport back? Yes, I can. Yeah, no, this is most primarily me just for fun. I'm really now I'm thinking about it, I'm probably just not even gonna edit it down. I don't think it's necessary. I think it'll be fine the way it is. I just need to create a specific thumbnail for it. And it's more or less, I could probably keep it on the... Hello, Apple Pepsi. I could keep it on both channels. I'll just make a separate thumbnail for it on the main one. I just gotta figure out what design I'd go for. No, I can't keep the same one, but I gotta keep it dynamic and interesting, so I might just do... Oh, I'm about to say, am I blind? I might just do a simple... No, even then. I want to maybe do it like a three-way cut kind of thumbnail. Or maybe I should do an overlaying title. No, because I need the numbers on there as well. Okay, let's item comparison. Yeah, this is better. And let's change this out now, finally. Was that a gauntlet? Was I not paying attention? No, that was a wristband. So Sorry, bracelet. Oh, this is materia. All right, delivery. All right, let's see here and let's finish this out. Oh, yeah. See, and this is perfect side quest synergy because they all go back to the same exact place, and that is what you aim for. That's just what I love to see. When I can just turn in everything at once in one go. Flawless. Ooh, I could actually copy the Final Fantasy design and just put that on the thumbnail now that I'm thinking about it. Probably replace the main word with the 1, maybe? That could work. That could work. I see potential. Yeah, let me type that down and maybe I could work with that. I'll probably be, I want to get that done sometime this week. Preferably probably on a weekday coming up, but I do what I can. All right, I don't see no one. Preferably, yeah, I want to get that done. All right, I wanted to get my information down so I could work on the mobile app and this tracker to keep track of things. And who are you? Askan Beers. Not a bad name. I'm conflicted on the design because of the belt. You know, no, never mind. I think the sword combo works. It's the shoulders that I'm like, I don't think they need to be pointed up like that. Hey, Tataru. You know what? I think I might, I'll see what the next quest leads me. Because this might be a good stop point to turn all this stuff in. Like the next, this major quest here. And let's turn in this synergy. That was for to help out to grab 2 of these are for camp in order to get them going. So because we need more assistance in this coming, I want to say war, to be honest, in order to stop this rival faction from trying to claim the lands and the gods / primals. Odin report. Spell speed, skill speed, termination, dark rate. I want to go for spell speed. And probably the next quest is somewhere along the lines. Oh, that one's right outside. So yeah, no, I can save here. Let me head out. Actually, it might be better if I do it from... Do get a small boost, but I can work without it. All right, it's been a decent streaming experience so far. Not too bad. Yeah, no, it's nice to get people in and get their perspective on things like earlier. All right, yeah, it looks like I'm good here. So let's find a nice place to chill. You know, I haven't switched to the fishing gear in a while. Let me see if that's still valid. Yep, no, it's not. I forgot I had de-equipped a lot of stuff. I mean, nude fishing is nude fishing. Hook. Quit. Let's see if I can catch anything. Oh man, yeah, I'm gonna get some clothes for that. Alright, let's switch back. Oh, my health. Oh my god. I've leveled up so much now that I forgot how interesting that looks. You know, this is fine. There's the change pose button. You know, yeah, I'm fine with this. This works. That being said, I do thank you guys for watching. It really was nice to get some perspective when it comes to the, more of these talks. Just more of a random, I guess, ranting. Well, not ranting, but, you know, getting sidetracked from things and to keep it going. If you guys can, go out and support whatever content creators you guys are available. Let me rephrase that. Go and support whatever content creators you guys can. And stay safe out there. Ah man, I'm going to enjoy coming back to this because I'm going to finish up some story and hopefully reach the end by next session. I don't know how many missions are left, but I'm at 49, so I'm close. Alright, that being said, stay safe out there.